Cloudflare Enterprise Plan with a bio IP. You can lease IPs, and we will onboard and advertise them on your behalf. Helps us add/change host names mirrors with 3-second
Had
propagation
crashed
and
or,
without need.
like,
Okay.
disconnected,
Enterprise
so they
Plan,
know
advanced
we're
DDoS, WAF,
let back
CDN,
in.
DNS certificates fully managed. Argo smart routing, optimized content delivery, and faster routes up to 70% latency improvement. Advanced cache control, image resizing, workers, zero trust access, raw logs, site analytics, priority support. Man, if this is priority sales, I can't wait for priority support. This just sounds great. Assign account manager and solutions engineer, advanced proactive notification, role-based access. Let's go. Look at this. The commercial plan just starts at one low payment of $10,000 a month. Man, with the default annual payment, including enterprise plan based on 80 terabytes, 6 billion requests, your domain names and host names for rotation, 2 top-level domains, 15 mirror domains. Note, the email implies a monthly payment might be possible. When asked for a clarification, we were told we must pay a year upfront. We do not need most of these features they mentioned. I understand asking us to do a bio IP to remove their liability for our domains, but the rest is all things we don't need or purely nice to have. We managed to buy a week of time by letting it escalate to our CEO and CTO and having them talk directly with Cloudflare. But still, they didn't care about the other resolutions to the issues and refused to give us any other contract options. Finding numbers online is difficult, but if you squint your eyes a bit compared to this post and this post, I've seen Cloudflare enterprise accounts for 2 clients. The current one is paying the equivalent of, Okay, 3.5 cents per gigabyte. The other was substantially higher, although I've forgotten the numbers. Equivalent pricing from another vendor for the same service with Enterprise would support
Mary, is that you?
0.2 cents. Wow. For an honest bandwidth offer, I'd much sooner consider Fly.io rather than Cloudflare. At least Fly.
I know, soundboard.
Their true pricing is transparent. Okay. We were a reasonably medium-sized company with a very tight IT budget. We were previously on Google Compute Platform. CF sales team saw us use their free version and were happy to onboard us with their business plan, $200 a month. Wow, this kind of sounds familiar. I'm not squinting too hard. Now, after a year and a half, roughly, CF wants us to move to enterprise plan, claiming we are consuming a lot more bandwidth than what is allowed for the business plan, and they won't be able to provide us a good uptime percentage at this rate. A lot of this stuff wasn't communicated when we signed up for the business plan. Wow, okay. Okay, well, there's not much squinting that has to be done here. There was no mention of limits, nor any contracts, nor fine print. The business plan was pitched to us as if it was the only plan we'd ever need, and now Cloudflare wants us to pay $3,000 to $4,000 a month, which they clearly don't have a budget for. I checked their fine print. It says nothing about limitations whatsoever. If you go to their pricing page, it doesn't even talk about this sort. I'm not saying CF is bad, but their sales tactics are shady, and there's a lot of integrations done with our backends to migrate from GCP to CF. This really has left a sour taste in my mouth. The thing is that this first one, it seems like their pricing is a bit nebulous, but this one, it sounds like the same thing. They got you on their business plan, and then at some point they just extort you with an enterprise plan that's like 10 to 20x more expensive. Now I remember the viral video of the saleswoman getting fired with no reason. Well, they did provide her a reason, saying she did not meet up to the sales requirement. They said you haven't made a sale in 3 months, all that kind of stuff. And, when you say that, it makes me think okay, so if they put a lot of pressure on the sales team and they really are aggressive with how they hire and fire for their sales team, maybe this is why you see such a intense thing here, right? Maybe this is why you see such intensity coming from the sales team with such aggressive tactics. It is pretty gross. Hog slaughter scam, but legal. Yeah, it seems, the thing that seems gross to me is that, let's just pretend Cloudflare aside, they do this and that's pretty shitty of them. What's crazier still is these emails. Hey, you're affecting us, sales team. Hey, man, really big things going on right here, and we really need to talk to you about this. It's pretty bad. And then sales team. That seems just shitty, right? That's scummy. That's what you would expect from, that's what you would expect to hear on a Kit Boga stream, right? Oh, ma'am, your websites are currently being, experiencing high traffic. We're going to need to talk to you about that. This is Kit Boga, right? It seems like the sales team are heavily incentivized with little business regulations and are just acting very autonomous in a very bad way. Yeah, they very well could be. Okay, as far as I can tell, the issue with this is the OP runs a casino/gambling site. Gambling is a regulatory mess. I have spent too long. Yes, it is a regulatory mess, and so it's very hard to comply with every jurisdiction, and each one needs to prove its compliance to operate in that jurisdiction. Gaming companies spend a lot on compliance and tracking, but since the internet is the internet, it's pretty hard to enforce it perfectly. Some countries and ISPs take this into their own hands. Due to that, IPs hosting gambling sites often get regionally blocked by the internet providers or otherwise flagged as hosting illegal content. Those regional blocks consequently affect the reputation score of the IP, and if you are a traffic aggregator like Cloudflare, can cause other customers to have issues. One of the most aggressive and annoying regulatory environments for gambling companies is the US, so it's very possible Cloudflare has some trouble due to gambling use of their IPs in the States. Okay. Cloudflare wanted them to use the bio IP features of the enterprise plan and did not want them on Cloudflare's IPs. The solution was to aggressively sell them an enterprise plan, and in a stunning failure of corporate communication, not to tell the customer what the problem was at all. The message from Cloudflare should have been enterprise plan plus buy op or ban, and maybe we'll work with you on price. But instead, it was you would really like the enterprise plan. This seems land of the free, baby. Let's see. Doesn't the OP mention in this article that if that is the case, then CF should have just said so? Yes, he does. All right, let's keep on going through this. Before we read this, let's go back to this thing for a second, because I want to see what the ending. I want to see what the result of this is. Note that 80 terabytes is the number they tried to sell us. I don't know if that's accurate since they removed all of our access to historical analytics.
This is AI
That's
generated
also crazy.
shit.
During this time, we also looked into alternatives and set up a test domain and call with Fastly, since they seem to be reasonable competition. May 16th, 2024. In another call trying to negotiate a reasonable contract, our CE told Cloudflare Sales we were also talking with our competitor, and I would have thought this is obvious. Who wouldn't look for alternatives when getting slapped with a $120,000 invoice? But a few hours after the call, this happened. Cloudflare had suddenly deleted all of our domains, all of our DNS records, caching setup, rate limits, whitelist gone. Our public website, our incoming emails, including support emails from our customers, and our internal infrastructure, our authentication configuration on Cloudflare Access, down. They also sent this email. Hello, the Cloudflare account associated with this email address has been suspended for possible terms of service violation. Cloudflare's terms of service are available here. This account suspension does not impact, disable, or remove your current services. This does block the addition of new domains to your Cloudflare account while this matter is under review. If you have any questions regarding this suspension, please contact Cloudflare's trusted safety team, which codenamed Sales Team, aka Sales. Dude, please contact the sales team. Oh my goodness. Casino sites should probably buy their own racks. Yeah, they should probably buy their own racks. The email says, this does not impact current services. So we frantically wrote them a support ticket but got no responses. We called in our sysops team and started migrating our main site to Fastly. We had the basic after a few hours, but even then, a NS DNS entry change apparently takes a pretty arbitrary time to propagate everywhere. Yes, it does. It can take anywhere from like zero, it can be like instantaneous to like, that's going to be a couple days. We're still recovering from the aftermath. At that point, Cloudflare responded to our ticket. Thank you for contacting Cloudflare technical support. We've escalated the request onto our trust and safety team,
open chat.
aka sales.
This girl asked me if I play Mortal Kombat. And I said, I love it, of course.
Please note that your request
My
for
favorite
technical
Liu
support has been
Kang.
closed as our trust and safety
She said, you
team
need to
will
get
be
over here so I
If you
can
need any
finish
further
you.
or any other technical support assistance, please follow the instructions in our support portal. Damn. Damn. My tips for when Cloudflare reaches out to you. First of all, congrats. Your business must have become pretty successful. How exactly Cloudflare decides to ask you to switch to Enterprise? Maybe.
How do you even pronounce Let me see. How TTS will pronounce it. KPHXXX.
It's not English.
Or XXA. Let's see.
Ryan said,
No, I'm just checking out stuff on Discord and wondering what to do. I just really got on with no actual plan.
Well, there we go. TTS doesn't even know it.
Miriam said,
Lovely.
a link.
All right.
Yemtov.
Thanks.
Yemtov. Okay.
What did you send me new? What? Officer Grinch. Okay. That's some actual bullshit. I just saw what you posted in the group. What in the hell? This is why I don't play fighting games. I prefer to actually fight.
What did you see?
I just saw Neko Arc kill Neko Arc in a brutal fashion and got a perfect. And then dropped like a continent-sized, maybe planetoid mass of fucking cat food on the planet and explode the universe.
Interesting.
After stun locking them in a corner and juggling them.
I guess anime fights do go crazy.
That's in a fighting game.
Oh, I didn't know that was in a fighting game.
That was a fighting game. What's in here? The concrete. What's in here? The concrete. Hello. Feel it.
Interesting.
Oh, oh.
This is why I can't play fighting games. Too many sweats.
Oh, it's that guy. He took a photo of us, and me and I think it was Kessa, while we were just in one of these instances.
Just because.
Yeah, just because. Like, all I did was, like, I was like, I'm sure, I don't care.
He asked beforehand.
Wait, is this you? Is this you? Is this you? Is this you? Ryan.